Today we're going to be installing a storm door. Storm doors are a great way to enhance your front door. It adds added airflow to your house and also protects your front door from being weathered. I have Mike here with me today. Let's go check out how he's doing on the install. Hey Mike, how's it going?
Hey Phil, how you doing today?
Good, what you working on?
I am installing a storm door on the front of this customer's house.
Beautiful. What's the first step?
Measure the opening and to choose a door to properly fit that opening.
So what's the first step in the actual installation process then?
The hinging of the door, whether it be a right hand or a left hand. Today's case, we're going to make this a left hand opening. What we want to do is just line this up with that pre-drilled hole. Zip in one screw. Make sure all our hinges are inside the track.
After we have the Z-bar installed on the door, we're now ready to take the door up to the frame and start the install process.
I'm going to fit this into the opening, and if you can just keep a hand on it for me. We want to make sure that we're nice and straight coming down this line. Now the next step is to put what we call the header piece on. This has a natural drip edge on it, keeps all the weather out. Next step is our latch side.
Mike, why is it good to pre-drill those holes?
It just makes it easier to put the screw in, and it ensures that we won't split this wood. So now we can go ahead and just put the rest of the screws in the entire frame.
So we have the frame completely installed.
Not quite yet, Phil. We still have some screws to put on the inside of the jamb here. This helps support the weight of the door. You don't want to seat these screws too tight. The reason being, you'll tweak the hinge side and your door won't close as easily as it should.
Wow, Mike, this is coming along really well. What's the next step after the door's installed?
Next step's going to be the handle set.
Perfect.
There's a notch here on the door, and there's a notch here on the template. And basically this just slips over the door and snaps right in place.
Now that we've got everything pre-drilled, the next step is to go ahead and mount the hardware.
On this particular model, there's a tab on the bottom and a screw on the top. What you do is you place this tab on an angle and snaps in just like that. The next step is the interior and exterior mounting plate. You want to make sure that that little keyway that you put in there engages in the back of this, so the key will operate from the outside. And the next step is to put the handles themselves on. They come with these small little plastic grommets that keeps the metal from rubbing on metal. Just makes the lock that much smoother to operate. And then we just take the supplied Allen wrench and tighten the set screw. So our next step is to put what they call a strike plate on.
The next step is to install the door sweep.
We put a piece of weather stripping in the bottom. I popped this up a little bit higher than what needs to be, and the idea is to have the weather stripping just contact that threshold. Keeps any ice and snow out, also stops the draft.
After the door sweep is correctly installed, we can move on to the closers.
So we just kind of eyeball this so it's straight, and then we mark our holes. So we'll mark these two holes. Snap that on there and repeat the process for the bottom.
The final step is to install the screw caps.
And these go on quite easily. They just snap into the track, and it's the same on all three sides. And it gives a nice clean finish to your installation.
Very nice. Installing a storm door. We don't really want to call this a 2, we don't really want to call it a 3. So we're going to give it a 2.5 on the hammer time scale. Wow, this really turned out great, Mike. Thanks for doing a great job.
Yeah, it's almost like I've done it before, huh?
You've made it look easy for any homeowner to tackle something like
Well,
this.
that's the idea behind it. These doors are user-friendly.
Thanks, Mike. So that's the storm door install. We enhanced the front of the house, and we're also opening up the door to a cool summer breeze. Thanks for watching. We're on to the next job.